Do you ever wonder what your planet will look like a few years from now? No, humans, I know what you're thinking, and it's miles away from it. It's far from the beautiful, clean, prosperous, and safe environment that you all are thinking of. Because of your race, your environment is currently and will get worse from these pictures a few years from now. Barren, harsh, unforgiving, and life-taking. It is your actions that led you here. Now, let's look back. Where did you all go wrong?
As human population continue to grow and industrialize, the effects of our actions on the environment are becoming increasingly apparent. One area particularly affected by the anthropogenic effects is the world of flora or plants. The following are the effects of the anthropogenic to the world of flora. Habitat destruction is one of the biggest threats to plant life. As cities and towns expand, natural habitats are destroyed to make way for housing, roads, and infrastructure. The effects of anthropogenic activities to flora are severe and have a long-term environmental consequences. We must take action to protect and restore plant habitats to ensure the continued health and diversity of our planet's flora.
The term flora refers to all plant life in a specific region or time period. Many factors influence how flora is classified and differentiated. Plant life, or flora, is also inextricably linked to nitrogen and sulfur cycles. Natural flora contributes to nitrogen cycles by consuming nitrogen in form of nitrates. On the other hand, the sulfur cycle and plants are interconnected, as sulfur is one of the 17 essential nutrients for plant growth and development. But in recent years, these cycles are being altered due to anthropogenic factors and human negligence. This causes a lot of significant impacts with the ecological balance in our ecosystem. The balance level of the global sulfur cycle is going out of control, with the large amounts of hydrogen sulfide gas being released in the atmosphere from burning of large quantities of fossil fuels, while biologically available nitrogen in the ecosystem is likewise increasing as the result of nitrogen-based fertilizers and the combustion of fossil fuels, which in turn causes pollution in large bodies of water and heavily contributes to climate change.
In an environment where different species live, unfamiliar species could be found. These unfamiliar species tend to destroy or harm not only the environment, but also the native species that lives in it. In other words, these unfamiliar species are called as invasive species. Invasive species are non-native and threatens the environment, just like humans, like you and me. Knowing that anything always costs something, the hunger of humans for development costs them their own environment to the point that natural cycles, like nitrogen and sulfur cycle, were affected by it. As humans' population drastically increase over time, the demand for crops as their food source increases also. With that, industrial nitrogen fixation to produce fertilizers increases exponentially. This activity affects the nitrogen cycle badly. For sulfur cycle, humans' demand for transportation and vehicles also increases. These vehicles burn fuel and emit sulfur dioxide to the atmosphere, more than what the sulfur cycle should have. This results to the rain being acidic and other types of stuff that endangers the environment. So let me ask, are humans invasive or are you invasive?
Why are we the way we are? When assessing a person's qualities, contradicting positions are frequently addressed. Is it mostly a result of our genes or the way we were brought up? The debate over nature versus nurture can be ended as it can be explained by the concept of epigenetics. Let's define the term epigenetics first to give you a general notion. Epigenetics is the study of how DNA interacts with a plethora of smaller molecules that are located inside of cells and have the ability to either activate or deactivate genes. Additionally, it clarifies factors and gene expression are interconnected. Our lifestyle is influenced by our environment. These could alter our biology and change how our genes express themselves. Our epigenome is thus influenced by our experiences. Throughout human development, epigenetic modification occurs. These changes may be transitory or permanent. Thus, it is accurate to say that everything is interconnected. Keep in mind as well that choosing the optimal environment for our growth and development is important if we want to encounter good changes that will be evident in our epigenetic signature.
Humans, perhaps the most dominant species in life, are considered the guardians of this planet. But as inhabitants of Earth, the only planet that was determined to support life in the solar system, take a moment and think. Can we really consider ourselves as guardians? Or are we the parasites that devour the life out of this beautiful home we live in?
The question is, who are the real invaders? The plants and the animals who live freely and flourish on this vast planet? Or is it us, humans? Admit it or not, we as humans only use the environment for our own benefit without considering the consequences of our actions. Without definite solutions and efficient strategies to address these catastrophic problems, we humans will surely experience the effects that were mentioned previously and turn our planet into a barren, harsh, unforgiving, and life-taking one, just like what we have shown in the introduction of this video.
Now that the time is clicking, join us and raise public awareness on the present dreadful predicament that our world is going through. Allow our voices to be amplified and let there be change. Change that will transform us from being devourers into human beings that function as the guardians and conservator of the flora habitat. Change that would benefit our planet, change that would benefit us. The clock is ticking, and it is the time to decide. Are you willing to step up and channel change among humanity to save the Earth? Or would you rather stay ignorant and let the flora of this planet to perish? But until when? Until there is no time left? Until there is nothing left for us?